Hello, welcome to this new series of Hexxit that I will be doing also along with my normal adventure Hexxit. And this series is called Hexxit Step by Step, which teach you how to survive in Hexxit if you're a beginner, or it also teach you everything you need to know about Hexxit, every mod, everything. Well, now for the first day, the best there's two things you have to find. Well, you don't have to exactly find them if you're lucky. But the two thing is, one is normal vanilla wood. You need to find a tree of those because many of his thing can't be crafted with modded wood. So you need to find vanilla wood. And the second thing you need to find, it's an easy biome to settle down in, or a cave. It's if you don't have a lot of trees, then you should probably find a cave. But if you have plenty of, uh, you know, then you should go build yourself a house and find somewhere to settle down in. But first, what you should first do is make the grab 3 vanilla wood or whatever kind of wood. You can do this with any kind of wood, and then make yourself a crafting table. Place it down. Make yourself a pickaxe and an axe right from the beginning. You should have just enough material for both of these things, so so that that's why I recommend going for 3 wood. Now, because and in Hexxit, not this. In Hexxit, there's the tree capitator mod, which means you can cut down trees instantly with a wooden axe, but it will. Okay, why is my Hexxit messing up? But it will take longer than normal. So, since we already have a cave around here, so let's say the scenario is, we do not have much wood, but we do have a lot, and we have to head into the cave for the first night. Now, the reason behind making a house or a cave on the first day is because Hexxit, it's not like vanilla Minecraft. Because of the inferno mobs, any mob that spawns can have a chance to be a inferno mob, which makes it just as hard as any boss or you meet. Now that means it's best for you to encounter less mobs during night. So there's two ways to avoid the mobs, and one is by going into a cave when you're exploring a small cave, and if you're lighting up the way, there's a chance that you won't see much mob. Now, another thing about vanilla wood is I recommend looking for oak wood because they sometimes drop apple when you use tree capitator on them. Now, you should get at least 1 stack of wood, but if you don't have that much, just get whatever wood you can and head down into a cave or start building yourself some house. Now, in Hexxit, nearly everything is useful, including the leaves of the trees. They can be used to make arrows. Now, let's just say 31 wood is kind of enough for now. Now in Hexxit also, one other thing you have to be mindful of, and which is food. But there's pigs here, so food isn't gonna be that much of a problem for me. Marble in Hexxit, however, it's usual for decoration. Unless you're going for decoration, I wouldn't recommend taking the time to mine it. Coal in Hexxit, it's very important. You have no idea how much stuff you have to smelt. Now, since you're beginning and you don't have any armor, it's a bad idea to go straight for the nearest dungeon you find unless you have keep inventory on. But in this case, I will be playing as if I don't have keep inventory. So, it's best not to adventure right now. But you can mark it on the map for later references. I will teach you how to mark on the map later. But first, let's get some cobblestone. We will need that to make a furnace. And enough cobblestone for the tools you need at the beginning. And some other more cobblestone for when you want to explore caves. Now in Hexxit, every mineral you find is gonna be useful, so mine every single piece of it. Everything from iron, bronze, whatever. And also in Hexxit, because of a certain mod, diamonds and whatnot does spawn above certain level, above levels that they don't usually spawn. So that way, it's not really you know, a problem for you to get stuff that you need. It's also good to keep your wood in log form until you need them, because your your inventory is gonna be a very big problem. Now, the first two weapons you make, it's usually the stone sword and the glaive. The glaive because it can hit through walls, and the stone sword because it can shield you from damage when you're blocking with it. You will take no damage whatsoever. Now, exploring the cave, it's better not to use wooden torches. Instead, use cobblestone torches, because you will have many cobblestone throughout your way. And as you can see, the creeper exploded, and I took no damage from it because I was shielding. This makes it easy to get away from creepers. Now, skeleton heads are also something that will spawn naturally among biomes, which you can use, which you will need it. Also, this bronze you see here, you will need it too, but you need a stone pickaxe to mine it, and that is what I'm gonna make right now. So skulls can be used to make a skull giant sword, and that's the same as the stone giant sword. You will not take damage while blocking with it. And a charge up glaive does the same amount of damage as a diamond sword, and it also hits through walls. So, which makes glaive a stone glaive really important to make in the early parts of Hexxit. Now here we see some gravel. Gravel is also needed because in later parts you will want to max out the income of ores from from whatever you mine it from, and gravel is one of the materials needed to build a let's say a machine to get all the ores from one. Now, as you can hear a zombie, I will go out and kill it and take the rotten flesh, because zombie can zombies' rotten flesh can be smelled into leather, which means another source of leather other than cows. So cows aren't so precious anymore, and chickens aren't so precious anymore either, because you can make arrows from with something else instead of chicken and feathers. Now, flint, when you get it, it's also good because you can make flint and steel, which opens a way to the nether. We will need to do that. And gravel, it's good, but you can also make flint tools when you have Tinker's construct ready. Also, while you're walking around in caves, you should keep an eye out on ore berry bushes. They're infinite. They're like infinite of that ore you find, of the virgin you find. Water, however, it's just like in the normal Minecraft, best to be deleted. It's better not to smelt the ore unless you really need it. It seems like this is a small cave. But usually caves does not have dead ends. The dead end of caves usually expand into another cave or some more gravel like this one. Now I will pause this recording and pick up myself all the gravel I need. You will need quite a lot of gravel, and so we will be right back. Now I have cleared out the cave, and since it's nighttime now, so it's better for me to stay here underground in the cave and do some tunneling and look for more materials while I wait for daytime. And this cave is fairly lit up, so mobs won't spawn in here. But do try to lit up every inch of the cave. And it seems still it's morning. So what can be that sound coming from? Well, since it's morning, let's get up and start building our house, because we still have plenty of time. Now, pigs, they're a really easy source of food at the beginning, so pick them up as soon as you see them. Berries are, you will find berry bushes. They're also good sources of food, so get them as well. No, don't run away. Oh, go. Now, frogs are also give scrap meat. And they also give frog legs, so if you want some new food to try out, there's plenty in this world. I don't see any pork chop. Oh, wait, it's down there. Got it. Now, most flower in this area can be used for the twilight forest, but they can also be used to make dye, like the lotus makes bone white dye. But different sorts of flower have different names for their dye. And that's plenty of food. And here is one of the modded items. This is a natural spawn dimensional door. Now, since it doesn't have a door on it, so you can only go in. So let's mark this on our map. To open the map, plus N. And then you can zoom in and zoom out. So right click to mark it, type a name, D door, for dimensional door. And then name a group, and then I will do step. And then marker X, Y, Z will be where you collect them. And then if you change your group, it's so it can keep track of multiple places. So like you can have a group named dungeons, named dimension work, and then it goes on. Now, let's start building our home. I recommend everything from oak wood to cobblestone will work, but you should build it simple like 10 by 10. Now, it's better not to place over these meat piles because you actually need them, so you should break them and pick them up. And because of the rain, my life is insane. I know it's cheating, but the rain isn't doing anything other than lightning, but other than that, there's nothing here. I think that's it. By the way, when holding something, you can do /hat to use it as a hat. Spiders are spawning. Spiders are very needed in this in Hexxit because they're still, other than that, farming is the only other way to get string, and it takes a while unless you have bone meal. But spiders are easier to hunt than skeletons in this. Oh god. It seems good for now, no skeletons or zombies spawned. Don't bother putting a roof unless you're worried about spiders. But usually they don't come toward you unless you aggro them. Or got too close to them. Now also in Hexxit, there's a chance of a different mob other than skeleton riding a spider, and that makes for quite some problems when it's an infernal mob instead of just a normal mob. Now place down your crafting table and your furnace. You should have 3 furnaces at least, because smelting will be a lot. There will be a lot of smelting. Cut down some more trees for materials that you need. It's better to clear out the trees all around you, so mobs can't hide under there. That tree just... Now, let me make some doors for my house. Now, here's a fun fact. When you shift click something, an unstackable item will also be stacked. Now, the first thing you should make right now is some fences for the window. Unless you already have obtained glass, fences is your best bet. You only have to place them every other block because all it does is just provide some protection against spiders coming in your house. and also against skeletons. Now, here's the sweet thing about the glaive. Stand behind a fence post, lure the skeleton in close, and then it will try to shoot. Now, because the problem I have not put in all the fence posts in yet. I couldn't hide from the skeleton that much. So, let me put in the fence posts and we will be right back. Now I got all set. I put my windows like this. I did it wrong. You should have put your windows like this, because if skeletons come forward, they can't, but you can stab through them after charging your wooden stone glaive. Now, quite a few mobs have visited me. So I got some rotten flesh and bones. Now, the next thing we have to craft is the Tinker's Construct. First mod we're visiting. Now, as soon as you start, you will get a book that's cost material and you. Now, in it, it says how to make the most basic item for the Tinker's Construct, which I will teach you how to do. And now you need 4 patterns plus 2 more patterns for what? Well, it seems we don't have enough sticks, but oh well. Plus 2 more patterns for what you want to do at the beginning. Now, it's better not to cook your food on the furnace, because with these you can actually make something else better to cook your food on. Now, put 1 wood plank on there and you get the stencil table. Oak wood will give you the part builder. And then crafting table. You need a normal crafting table for this. It can't be a modded pink crafting table or whatnot. Gives you the tool station. And I need to cut down some trees. Apparently. Running out of room. Here's my cobblestone. Now, I also got a bow drop from that skeleton, but no arrows. Now, arrows are actually very... I'm going off, but oh well. Arrows are actually very easily obtained through this mystic shrub, which came in the Legendaries mod. When you hit them, you get hearts, which heals you, and ruby shards and arrows. And if you are find a yellow shrub, which appears after after a thunder strikes a normal mystic shrub, it will sometimes give you bombs. And that's the easy arrow. So arrows aren't so, anymore. You can just waste them just like any other weapon you want to use. Now, let me in. And the last thing you need to make is a chest. And then put a pattern above the chest, and you get the pattern chest. Now, first thing you should place is the stencil table. Always go in this order. Stencil table, pattern chest, the part builder. Nope, not the tool station. The tool station goes there, and then the part builder goes here. Now, the first thing you should make, it's always this. You should always make this first. Put your blink pattern in there. Find a pattern for tool rod, not the cool tool rod, not this one, not the tough tool rod. But this one, the tool rod pattern. Now the other thing is, I passed it just a while ago. It's the frying pan pattern. So throw them in here, and then at the part builder you will see the pattern chest appear right here. It only works when you place it that way. So you should make a frying pan. We don't really care what we make it out of, but because it's for another purpose other than fighting. But frying pan does slow enemies, so it's a pretty decent weapon, if not for the fact that it only does 1 damage. And you place your frying pan up top of the somewhere. Shift click while you're doing it, and you cook your food here. Now, what's awesome about it is it can cook more than 1 food at a time, but it can only cook food. If I believe so, frog legs give you food when you cook it. But anyways, that's it for this part, and see you guys in the next part.